What's going on, everybody? Trev Wilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench. Today, we're gonna be blind tasting 3 bottles, all 100 proof, and they are all under the Brown-Forman umbrella. We have 3 different distilleries, all 100 proof, and they are all owned by Brown-Forman. So I figured they all have that Brown-Forman DNA kind of trickling through them. I thought it'd be interesting. Put them side by side, drink them right next to each other, see how they compare, see how they're different. Doing this all blind, so I have no bias towards any of them. I'm just seeing what they have to offer and ultimately seeing which one I like the best. So the bottles that we're gonna be drinking today, the distilleries we're covering: Old Forester, 100 proof, Early Times, Bottled and Bond, and Cooper's Craft Barrel Reserve. So again, all of these are under the Brown-Forman umbrella, so they should all kind of have a little bit of that Brown-Forman DNA, and that's why I thought of putting them all together, drinking them side by side, just seeing how the heck they're different. In fact, these 3 bottles that we're covering today, I would say they're probably, if not they are pretty dang close at being the best valued bourbons. Old Forester 100 proof, I would take this bottle pretty much over a substantial number of bottles that cost more than it, double the price of it. It's just classic. It's so good, it's 20 bucks. Really hard to beat this stuff. So the Early Times Bottled and Bond, let's put a little asterisk next to it. Technically, Sazerac has actually acquired Early Times. So moving forward in the future, we don't know what's going to happen with this. We don't know if it's going to be the same, if it's going to change. We don't know what's going to happen. If you see this bottle, it was under the Brown-Forman umbrella. So that's why I'm leaving it in this, even though technically now it's no longer Brown-Forman. Shame. You better not ruin my Early Time, Sazerac. This bottle, though, easily one of the best value bourbons ever. You get it for $25, and it's a liter. You get a liter. That just makes you feel good. You get a big old bottle and you just keep drinking and drinking and drinking. It seems like it never goes away. Value. And then lastly, Cooper's Craft. This dude has been taking the scene by storm. They just showed up. Everyone's just kind of shown the spotlight on them, and it's for good reason. It's really freaking good. You get this around $30, so it is another budget 100 proof bourbon that offers a lot compared to the price you're getting it for. So what they do at Cooper's Craft, after they char the barrel, they go inside the barrel and chisel. They do some chiseling in there, and supposedly this allows some deeper penetration of the whiskey. This deepens the whiskey's wood exposure and creates a robust flavor profile, according to the front of the label, which I just read from. Don't know how that's actually going to make this stand out against the other ones. I've never just side-by-sided these, so I don't really know how much the chiseling influences the whiskey, but it's gonna be fun finding out together. So I have all 3 of these blinded in front of me. We're gonna go through all 3 of them. We're gonna see how they compare, how they're different, and at the end, I'll just say which one is my favorite. I'm going into this knowing that I'm a fanboy of all 3 of these. They're absolutely delicious. I'm really interested in just seeing what kind of notes I get when I drink them side by side, because I am a total fanboy of all of these. All right, let's get into it. Glass A. Super chocolatey, chocolate covered banana. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. It's Brown-Forman. We're gonna be getting a lot of banana, baby. It really does, though, feel like I melted some chocolate and I drizzled it over a banana. Friggin' love it. The palate is really chocolatey to me. It even kind of coats my mouth as if I ate a little Hershey's bar or something. Pretty viscous, oily. I guess that's the good word I'm going for, is it's oily. It kind of coats my mouth. Chocolate, a lot of chocolate. Not getting as much banana on the palate as I was the nose, but that chocolate note really just jumps out of the glass to me. Not a huge, long burning, no kind of Kentucky hug for me. It's kind of all in the front and mid palate where it just kind of coats that chocolate layer on your tongue. But, you know, I absolutely love that. It is so good. I mean, It's not anything too complex, but what it does offer is delicious. A is really good. Let's just get on to B. I'm just really curious on how they all compare to each other. I know I'm gonna like every one of these. Glass B. Okay, so this one is very reminiscent of Glass A, maybe a little muted, so I'm gonna just compare them right here. We'll just fly through this. I don't know. When you side by side them though, it kind of changes what Glass A was smelling like to me. Compared to Glass A, Glass B is smelling a little lighter. I wouldn't say it smells muted, but I can tell Glass A seems really thick. That thick chocolatey thing that I was getting. Glass A is a little bit brighter, fresher, still a little bit chocolatey and banana. You know, it is similar in that aspect, just a little bit lighter on the palate. Okay, again, super chocolatey, but the thing that's different about B, I'm getting this almost like a cinnamon thing. It's like you took your chocolate covered banana from A, you sprinkled it with this extra cinnamon, and it's really good. Granted, it's not as mouth coating, it's not as oily, I feel like A was, but the flavor notes that are there are kind of similar. Just a little bit spicier, I guess, is what I'm getting with Glass B. A little more cinnamon spice in that one. All right, let's keep this rolling. Glass C. Pretty similar. We're getting a lot of chocolate. We're getting a little bit of banana. But there's something else going on with this one. Almost like a extra oakiness or something. It's like you brought me some chocolate on a wooden platter. Okay, there's almost an extra little charry, extra little oakiness that's jumping out of this one. So it reminds me of both Glass A and B, but with a tad more oakiness in it, okay? On the palate. Yeah, that oakiness kind of shines through on the palate too. Like all of them, I hate to give the same note over and over again, but you know, the predominant note that I'm getting on all of these is this rich, chocolatey, like a milk chocolate, melted chocolate in your mouth. So it's super viscous. This one just has an extra little layer to me that kind of makes it unique to the other two. It's a little oakier. It's not too much oak, don't get me wrong. It's not some bitter thing, but it is. It's an extra layer. It's almost like you're getting some graham cracker too. So this is more in line with chocolate s'mores. You're getting some graham cracker, some chocolate, a little bit of wood fire, a little bit of that wood blowing up into my marshmallow. Whereas the other ones, I was like, you know what? I don't want to make the s'mores. I just want to sit here and eat my chocolate. What's crazy is at this point, you know, maybe C was kind of the most unique to me, but honestly, all three of these in their own right are good. They almost seem like just different variations of the same bottle. It's like, I can tell these are coming from Brown-Forman. I can tell that there is a common theme amongst all of them. The DNA is there. They're all a little bit different, but they all have that little similarity, that family trait. All right, let's run it back through. Let's go C to A this time just to see if they drink different coming off the heels of the other one. So, Glass C. It's a little bit oakier, and I'm really liking that. It's an extra little layer. It's like you took A or B and just added one more note to it, okay? Which, you know, if you take something great and you add one more note to it, it's just even greater. Yeah, there's a toasted oak coming through on that. It really does. It makes me feel like I'm outside, I'm by the campfire, I'm roasting s'mores. I got the Hershey's bar, oak logs on the fire, they're burning, I'm just taking it all in. This one's really doing it for me, so I'm just gonna push that one into the lead for now. Glass B. Yeah, a little bit cleaner. I don't know what else to call it. Not as oaky, so it's a little bit more of sweet flavors, okay? The oakiness kind of takes the sweetness down a little bit. This is just kind of full-on sweetness, which, you know, I love it. Little bit of graham cracker on this one too. Not oaky, not to the extent of C though. I would say that B on the palate is the least oily, the least mouth coating. It just seems the lightest on the palate. Granted, the flavors are good. It's just the mouthfeel on that one seems to be the lightest. So, I mean, if I have to find something to knock, if I have to find something to rank it lower than the other ones, you know, that's probably it. And then glass A, yeah, coming to this one versus B, it seems so much heavier. Like when I smell it, it just smells so much denser. So I'm probably gonna have to put B in last just for that reason. This one, A, seems very, very chocolatey. It's very sweet. It's tons of chocolate, tons of banana. I'm telling you, you melt the chocolate, you pour it over a banana right here. Okay, I think I have my order, and I'll explain it. I'm gonna put B last. B is in last place just because it seemed to be the lighter on the palate. The flavor is there, do not get me wrong. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it now. Buy all 3 of these suckers. But B on the palate, little bit lighter, put it in last. Going to my second place, I'm gonna go with A. Tons of chocolate, tons of banana, very sweet, okay? It is a sweet tooth's heaven. Very mouth coating, very oily. Absolutely love it. Why I put C in first place is just that addition of oak. It's an extra note, it's extra complex, okay? But just having an additional note, extra little oakiness, makes it seem a little more going on, so C, for that reason, I'm putting it first. Let's find out what the heck these are. I'm super excited. So, last place was B. B goes to Early Times Bottled in Bond. Huge shocker. So many people were asking, where's this bottle and all of your budget blinds and all this stuff? It's here now, baby. My issue with this bottle is I can't really get it. I have to go out of state to get it. This isn't readily available everywhere. And then especially now Sazerac has acquired it, we don't know what's gonna happen with it. So I do recommend if your store has this, you haven't tried it, give it a shot. A lot of people rave about it. I mean, they really rave about this bottle, and it's for good reason. It's really good, and it's such a value. You're getting a liter for like 25 bucks. So if you extrapolate that down to a $7.50, you're looking at a $20 bottle or less. 100 proof and delicious. All right, second place was Glass A. Glass A was my beloved Old Forester 100 proof signature. It doesn't even say signature on it. Where did I come up with that? Old Forester 100 proof. Absolutely love this stuff. As you can tell, it's always low in my bar. I kill this bottle like it's going out of style. It's so crushable. It's so sweet. It's easy to drink. And for $20, I think it's an absolute steal. It really does compete with a lot of bottles out there. My problem with cheap bottles is typically I get graininess, I get corniness. It just feels like I'm drinking just young whiskey. You know, I don't know how old this is. I'm sure it's not that old, but it doesn't drink like it is young. So that's why I love it. It's cheap, it's chocolatey. You can just crush this bottle. So seriously, pick this one up too. And that leaves first place, the underdog, the new guy on the block, Cooper's Craft, out of Louisville, Kentucky. It appears that they are a Brown-Forman cooperage who decided to make their own whiskey and pour it into the barrels they're making, which is a good call because this stuff is delicious. Honestly, I guess them chiseling their barrels adds more oakiness to it, and it's a good thing. It makes it seem a little more complex. It gives it an extra note that the other ones didn't get, and for that reason I picked it first. I can see now why this bottle has been getting a lot of love in the whiskey tube community. Seriously, if you can get this bottle, give it a try. I have to give a huge shout out. Patreon supporter of mine, Josh Randall, actually got me this bottle because I can't get it here. If you have this bottle, you haven't tried it, give it a shot, see what you think about it. It's freaking good. There we have it, guys. That was the Brown-Forman 100 proof light. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more be sure to go to the links, go to the description of this video, click on my Patreon page. We're going to start a new Patreon video series, kind of after the video series that will be on Patreon only. We're gonna take Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, we're gonna blend it with regular Jack Daniel's single barrel, and try and make the Jack Daniel's single barrel 100 proof just to see how it compares to these bottles. Not only do you get behind the scenes footage like that, you get extra live streams, and most importantly, you get merch. Each tier gets tons of merch. I have glasses, coasters, all kinds of stuff, depending on what tier you sign up for. So be sure to check that link out, read up what I have to offer you guys. It's a huge way to support me more. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification on your way out of here. And until next time, guys, I'm Trev Wilson. I'll see you in the next video.